Good afternoon and welcome to North Hobart Oval. It's Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final for the reserves. We've had an absolute crackerjack Colts match and we're about to get into the ultimate Rezzies here at North Hobart Oval. My name's Tubes Taylor. Pleasure to have your company. I'm from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes. As the players are lined up for the National Anthem, we might even be mid-National Anthem here. There are some of the Sorell beloved. They love their footy club at the Causeway. We've got the probably favourites, I would say, in the Brighton Robins, given their season so far, up against maybe slightly underdogs in the Sorell Eagles. Can't wait for this game to get started. The Colts was unbelievable. It went to overtime. Sorell have come from third on the ladder to earn their spot in this grand final. I'm joined today by treasured friend Adam Webster. Webby, great to have your company.
Thank you very much, Tubes. Great to be here at North Hobart Oval. This is my first game from North Hobart. I'm usually down at Sorell or Cygnet or New Norfolk, one of the wonderful SFL grounds we have in the Banjo's Bakery SFL, and got the pleasure of joining you at the greatest ground in Tasmania today for this wonderful reserves grand final between Brighton and Sorell. Very excited.
Daniel Rowbottom out there with Brodie White for the Robins. That's Ty McKnight there for the Eagles as they have the toss of the coin with the umpires today. Let's just find out who is calling. It's actually their call. So flipping the coin there was Christine Carr, the Vice President. Ty McKnight wins, chooses to kick to the left of screen. Today, well done to our umpires from the TFUA, the Tasmanian Football Umpires Association. Kyton Aitken, Angus Percy and Fletcher Horn in the middle with the emergency Nyetta Lynch. On the boundary, we've got James Barling, Oscar Blackburn and Stacey Grubb. And in the goal, Jet Benson and Grant Jessup with Lynette Genders being the emergency. So shout out to our umpires who do a magnificent job and have done all season. How are you expecting this contest to go, Webby?
Well, Brighton, obviously the best team in the reserves all season, finishing first. Sorell with a better percentage. So, you know, when they won well. So they've got a chance to upset Brighton today in this grand final. I think the weather's going to play a part, though, Tubes. It's looking like a pretty wet and wild reserves grand final that the skies sort of parted for you in extra time there for the Colts. And all of a sudden now we've got some pretty grey skies and a little bit of rain around. So it's going to be a wet, slippery ball. It's going to be a tough contest between these two sides. And Sorell managed to get over Brighton at different points in this season, and they'll be looking to do the same thing today.
We'll go through the results in the season proper. Sorell in round 4 beat Brighton at Pembroke Park by 24 points. Sorell were defeated by 4 points in round 13, and they meet again today. So it's 1-1 apiece as we get underway here at North Hobart Oval for the Banjo's Bakery SFL Reserves Grand Final. It'll be White up against McKnight. No, McKnight's moving away. That's good. I think it's Big Liam Hitchens in the ruck. It is getting underway. I'll tell you what, we got some heavy numbers here. 79.
Certainly do. We've got a Ricky Harris with 74. Hayden Zantuck with 79. It's good. All right, we get started here from North Hobart Oval on this very wet and wild Saturday afternoon for the Banjo's Bakery SFL Reserves Grand Final. Here we go. Ball is up. It's won by Liam Hitchens. Controlled by Sorell, but quickly getting onto it there was Hobart. Ball spills to the back of the pack. Howlett was taken high, and he'll earn himself a free kick. Right in the centre of the ground. That was Batchelor giving that one away. Quick handball off here to McGee. McGee drives it inside 50, looking in the direction of Percy. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills to the back of the pack to Collis. Sorell trying to clear desperately. There'll be stacks on, and after a lot of slippery ball already, Tubes, it'll be the order of the day, I think, and we've got a ball up.
So a ball up at the forward 50 for the Brighton Robins. White tried hard against Hitchens. Tackled hard there was Batchelor. He got absolutely smashed, and coming through like a freight train was Brodie Rowbottom. He'll take his kick from 50, maybe too far out to score. He's got a long option and a strong lead from Jai Reid. He decides against that and goes further afield looking for a teammate in McKnight. He can't take the mark. We've got a couple of McKnights out there, in fact, wrestling over the footy. Through they come. Scoopy little thing came out now for McCarthy. He couldn't get it, and they tackle him hard, and we'll see another ball up inside forward 50. So we see this every single grand final, Webby, is this wrestle in the early stages of the quarter.
It tightens up here. Almost taking it out of the ruck was White. We'll get a secondary stoppage and another ball up. And you're right, Tubes, whenever it tightens up in a grand final, everyone's a bit nervous, everyone's a little bit fumbly, and we're seeing that in conjunction with the wet weather. Another tap by White to the back of the pack. Picked up by Percy, but there's a infringement here, and free kick. Sorell with an opportunity to clear.
It'll be Luke Dance in the back pocket to take the kick out. He's got a long option wide if he wants in Brad Jackson. Got his kick infected by the smother. Coming over the top there. Quick rush kick by the Eagles through the fingertips there of the ruckman in White. Harback went hard. And it'll be a ball in at centre wing. That is Craig Bradley Harback is his name.
One of your favourite players of all time, I think, Craig Bradley. But really well done by Sorell. Got the kick smothered, but they were able to still clear the ball and get it for a boundary throw.
White won it down, just through fingertips. Now a chance for the Eagles. Can't get past this. The old veterans here. Here's Workman. And looks like Jacob Whitney's had some sort of headband work done there.
Oh, I don't mind it.
Tiny bun, big headband.
Also getting a really good look at Toby Piersbonce as well. He took it out of bounds there, and we'll have White again in the ruck. The ruck tap sort of favoured him, but he wasn't able to take it. Ball spills through the hands of Whitney. Now falls to Johnson. Johnson going inside 50 and a mark by Needs.
Cody Needs. He's been dangerous all year.
So Needs with a chance to kick the first of the game. It's going to be a rough kick with a wet ball the longer we go, Tubes, because it seems to be getting a little bit worse out there. We've got a beautiful vantage point up here at North Hobart Oval, though. So Needs from about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Drives it towards goal.
Yuck.
Across the face and to the left. A little bit of wind out there. I think Cody would probably blame that, Tubes.
Yeah, I would too. So the ball to come back in from full-back with the big fella in Alex Langridge. Gee, these heavy numbers are concerning me. Heavy numbers and heavy humans.
Great mark.
Little slide up. So the Robins look to reassess from half-back. It's just grey and blustery and horrible. Big fly punched away by Pace at the bottom of the pack. It was a rush kick forward by the Robins. Chopped off by Hitchens. Hitchens' kick goes long and deep to Needs.
Again.
Here he is again, popping up. The little man, he's kicked 35 goals for the season, and he's going to go back and have a shot on goal.
Again, just a bit of a chaos ball in by Sorell off the wing there and took it out of the contest.
Let's take a look at the replay here. He just worked to the front position, coming over the back there with an arm. Didn't quite get there. A few extra long sleeves out there today as Cody Needs from 50. He's had his first practice kick, and this is a beauty too. Cody Needs has kicked all the score in the game, and he gets the first of the grand final for the SFL Banjo's Bakery Reserves.
Wonderful kick by Cody Needs, and sign of a good forward that they were able to correct after a miss. He was able to get that miss across the face, but drive through the ball and straight over the umpire's hat. Loved it off the boot. Cody Needs, well done.
The angry little man from Sorell gets his first one and gets his Eagles off to a hot start. They lead 1-1-7 to the Robins yet to score.
Get a restart here with White taking on Campbell.
that's Hitchens in the ruck for the Eagles.
Hitchens is able to get it straight down to a teammate who is just beset upon. The umpire's gone down in the middle of the field, and there's a free kick, I think, that's been given away for umpire contact. The umpire came a gutser and collided with a Sorell player, and now there's a free kick to Brighton.
Hobart.
So it's Hobart driving inside 50 in the direction of Walker. Goes through hands. Johnson in there as well. Umpire's plucked a free kick though, and opportunity for Sorell to clear once again. They've been good in defence, and Brighton unable to take a mark in their forward 50 at this stage of the game.
I think that's Toby Pears that sends it long. Johnson flew across the front of the pack. Out the back now. A chance for the handball from McGee that went to Harbach, drove it forward. Now picking the ball up is Phillips. Phillips got his handball away, and the boundary line beats all comers. We'll see a ball in. Always funny to see the number 69 running around. Well done, Billy Coles.
We'll have that in the seniors as well with young Westbury as well.
Bailey Westbury, yes. Hitchens works to the front, taps the ball across, and again another reset. So we'll see plenty of this.
Especially on a day like today, Tubes, I think there'll be a lot of tight players out there that'll want to kill the ball as much as possible and give themselves an opportunity to get a clearance. As White controls it, goes in the direction of Phillips. He can't quite get there. Overrun was McCarthy. Falling on top of it was Broom. Broom is tackled. Another stoppage. So Bright with a couple of forays forward as we see another heavy number in Campbell Whelan come on the field. White gets it down once again. Good tackle applied there by Johnson. He's in and under as well, and a repeat stoppage. So Sorell doing a really good job of just stopping Brighton from gaining the ascendancy of these stoppages.
Workman and Rowbottom going at it with Campbell too. Hitchens won it down only as far as that man Knight threw it on the boot. There's the stack hat there of Whelan who got the ball out now. Here he is, the old funny man Coles. Can't get his kick, then gets destroyed by Mark Johnson in a tackle. And we'll see a ball up. Has Jono gone out? Got a little bit of a bleach in his hair? That's what's going on. Hitchens and White do battle again.
Well, so it's a bit ginger.
Comes for the Robins. Nice tackle laid on Phillips, and it's a ball up. Brady Rowbottom's having a real crack at James Campbell. White won it down. There's Coles again. He got tackled. Ball up. Nice tackle, Jackson.
Your man Coles in everything early, Tubes. But
I'm more of a Woolworths man.
There's the Triple M coming out in him. Spills to the back of the pack in the direction of Phillips. Phillips can't quite control it, overruns it, but gets another opportunity. Campbell is also in there as well. Tackle applied. And a ball up right on the edge of 50 for Brighton. Be taken in a little bit. And we go again with White. Tapping it to the back of the pack. Huge tackle applied by Coles. It was a workman-like tackle. White in the direction of Harbach. Harbach can't control it either. And there is Broom and another ball up. So a little bit of a rolling maul at the moment, Tubes, as we reach the midway point of this first quarter. Tap over there by Pace. Spills out in the direction of Harbach. Dispossessed. He's your man Coles again. Taken hard to the deck. I didn't like the treatment either. And a little bit to go on with, so there's a bit of feeling there.
Ball up just on the half-forward line for the Brighton Robins. Down it comes with Coles. Jeez, he's had everything as he throws it on the boot down towards Stackett Whelan. They all fly through the fingertips of Workman. Just a throw out now for the tats of McCarthy, and we'll see another ball up here, I imagine. It's just getting a little pushy and shovey. We know the ultimate Rezzies just love to tit for tat.
It's a physical league, Tubes.
It is.
We're seeing that right now.
Punched away, now a chance out the back. Here comes Phillips. He got tackled hard by McKnight. The umpire says, I'll ball it up, thanks.
Real game of territory to start off, but Brighton just can't get any clean ball at the moment. Sorell doing a really good job of stopping it.
Down it comes, through came McCarthy. He's tackled again, a stoppage. Old Boof McCarthy's had so many years playing footy. think he played his 400th game. Jackson just dropped the ball behind him. Now a chance for McCarthy in the pocket, and it's out of bounds.
McCarthy almost got pinged there. He had prior opportunity, but the umpire is erring on the side of caution when it comes to stoppages. I've lost count of how many we've had across the first 12 or 15 of this quarter, Tubes, but it's been quite a lot. Contesting the ruck is Rowbottom for Brighton. In there is Hibbard as well. Running onto it is Jackson. Now it falls to Collis. Collis, the high up and under, punched by Newman, and it'll go out of bounds. Deep in the forward pocket for Brighton, who are yet to score in this contest.
So a real arm wrestle here, Webby, as we see the crowd just start to filter in, and maybe some of the Huonville Lions filter out as their Colts won the grand final of the Colts by a point in an unbelievable affair. Now it comes out. Here's a chance as they move the ball forward through Wright. Wright's kick goes out further again towards, I think that was Workman in the long sleeve. Rush kick.
Great work by Ricky Harris to get it out of bounds when there was a 1-on-2, and he did really, really well.
How nice is it to see the Sorell Football Club absolutely packing out the George Miller stand?
Love it.
They've got that one, and they've gone, you know what, that's where we're going to set up shop. Ball in, over the top of Hitchens and White. Scrappy stuff here. Now a throw. It'll be a free kick going to Liam Hitchens. So he's got a man in the middle in Johnson if he wants him. He decides against that. He looks towards Pace, and Coe goes longer, further afield. Punched from behind, nicely done. The numbers are here with the Brighton Robins. Bouncing ball out the back there for Langridge. He goes back to go forward, and that's a clever kick as they rush one out. Oh, it's a 2-on-1 here. The one does really well, and he happily sees it across the line for a boundary throw. Wasn't going anywhere else.
Brilliant work by Luke Phillips. Once again, the Robins showing a lot of desperation early in this contest, but it hasn't translated into any scoreboard pressure as Sorell lead them by 7. Another stoppage. Big tap over the top by White. Only so far as Pears. Pears kick smothered. He gets another go. Falls into the hands of White. White clearing kick to the wing, but it's marked by O'Brien. O'Brien switches in the direction of Hitchens. Goes over his head. Hitchens and Harris in a foot race. Hitchens leading. A few taps. Good 1%er. Harris continues to put pressure on, and the reinforcements come.
Bit of friendly fire there too. Coming through hard was Chris McKnight, and he took out a teammate's noggin. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Langridge. He's sort of smiling. He likes it a bit. Ruck contest. Hitchens wins it down through fingertips. Now out the back, it's actually Ricky Harris who liked it. He copped it from his teammate, and we will see a ball up.
He's a solidly built hard lad, Ricky Harris, so I imagine he's probably looking at that going, give me more.
They all look like me out there. Here's Coles. Hobart came through fast, and it'll be a ball up 20 metres out in front of the goal. Oh no, it'll be a free kick going to Coles.
Your man.
Kick goes out wide, finds Davey. Davey looks up, he's got Hobart short. His kick is an absolute mongrel. It slides through everyone. Now a chance as they go forward through Chapman, and that's a horrible kick. So reserves footy at its finest right here. Long kick by McKnight.
The Robins clear to the outer wing. However, another poor kick is Needs heading inside 50. Goes through hands. Walker is in there. Chance off the left boot, but marked on the last line of defence by Davey. Davey with a chance to clear. Tubes, when you said they're all built like you, all I heard is that you could be out there.
Yeah, it could be.
In the direction of Percy.
They must have had a late change, the Robins, because the emergency
Phillips
has come into the game.
Zantuck is out there, I believe. Phillips in the direction of McCarthy. Goes off the pack. Really good roving by Percy.
That's
clever kick. Just off the bounce, though. Couldn't quite take it, Jai Reid. Now it's clearing through Batchelor. Batchelor going the other way. Finds a teammate that is unguarded in Hitchens. Hitchens drives it inside 50 with a low scrubbing kick. It's in the Harris direction. Harris fumbles. Tackle applied to Backhouse. Crowd wants ball, but no dice.
There's a bit going on off the ball here too with big Jai Reid. He scruffed a couple of young Sorell players and jumper punched the crap out of him. Jackson of the Scott variety. Tackle with the footy, play on's the call, umpire circles, it'll be another ball up. So there's a bit of feeling in this.
Like it.
It's a real
It's a grand final, Tubes. There's got to be the most feeling of the year in this.
15 and a half minutes gone. Hobart, clever. Kept running. Johnson kept his feet. Then fell over. Hitchens tackled with the ball. Umpire circles.
Dragged it in there.
In the footy, yeah. I don't like that reserves footy.
You don't like the call or the dragging of it in?
I just don't like reserves footy. Only kidding, is that
I love it.
Rolls out of bounds. I love reserves footy. I'm only joking. I decided to make a joke.
Jeez,
there.
we've got a really big afternoon of football this afternoon. I mean, Sydney versus Lindisfarne, the main event today, Tubes, is going to be spectacular. Based on their qualifying final a couple of weeks ago down at Cygnet.
That was an absolute terror of a game, wasn't it?
So we reset. White just falls directly in front of both ruckmen. Johnson gets his head taken off almost. Falls in the Chapman direction. Handball spills out the back of the pack. Johnson once again on the end of this one. Inside 50 and an easy chest mark.
Pace.
To Billy Pace. And he's
played on.
Played
was
on.
It touched
So
off
it must
the
have
boot.
been touch off the boot.
Numbers out wide for the Brighton Robins as the kick goes long looking for McKnight. He gets met solidly. Through comes Batchelor, and we'll see a ball in at centre wing.
It was a hard contest and possibly could have been a little block applied, but umpires just letting them go. Good reserve footy umpiring, I think.
So far, so good. Boundary throw-in. We're 17 minutes into the first term of this Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final, and again, seeing a number come off here with maybe a slight knee injury. Who's that on the boundary just coming off? Not sure. Boundary throw-in. So not good signs early for the Sorell Eagles. White tried to get to the front of the pack, picked up by Wakefield. He got a little one away. Through came Jackson Broome. Old Witch. And we'll have a ball up right at centre wing here on the broadcast side of North Hobart Oval. And in comes those squally rain that we've been seeing and saying goodbye to. It's coming from the south, which is unfortunate because it looks pretty dark down that way. Comedy of errors here for the reserves as it came out to Phillips as handball goes wide. Umpire circling, just letting the ball go, don't mind it. Finally circles and says, give it to me.
A couple of good efforts there by Campbell Newman to try and secure the ball, but we can see how slippery it is. Hibbert goes up against White, manages to tap it forward, but only so far. As it stacks on, sort of arrangement with O'Brien. There's a free kick that's been plucked for your man Coles, though. He's on centre wing. McGee's asking for it, but Coles would like to drive it further forward. Tough ball to mark. Goes through the hands of Collis. Good punch by his opposite number in Walker. And a boundary throw in here. It's forward of centre here for the Brighton Robins, who are yet to score in this contest in a real surprise, but indicative of the weather.
Boundary throwing comes in. Ruck contest is pretty good. This is another stoppage here as the rain starts to really cause havoc here. It's coming directly at us at the broadcast area. Umpire's pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of the Robins. It'll be White to take the kick. So he's at half forward. He looks up, he's got a short lead. That's a good kick. Too much on it for Collis. Through the fingertips, row bottom. Shrugs one tackle, then got his kick smothered beautifully by... I'm not sure who it was. Who's number 52 these days? Out it comes.
We don't have him on the score sheet.
We don't even have him on the score sheet. That's crook, isn't it? Little handball came over the top by Newman. They're just playing silly footy here at the minute as it goes out wide and finds McGee, who loves this sort of weather because the rain just rolls off the dome.
Want to get in his eyes at that point, Tubes?
No, it just rolls over his eyes too. He's got eyebrows. Come on, Webby. Hasn't shaved those off too. Punched away. Free kick going which way? It'll go the way of the Robins. So they look to move the ball forward. One last Furore inside forward 50. They can't get there. Jai Reid has McKnight for company. McKnight wearing the South Park boxer shorts. And we will see a ball up. In fact, we will see the siren go here for quarter time. So a real arm wrestle. 1-1-7, the Sorell Eagles lead the Brighton Robins yet to score. Goal kicker for the game is Cody Needs. In fact, he's the only bloke that scored, Webby.
He scored 7 points on his own, and so have Sorell. But, I mean, arm wrestle is the operative term there, Tubes. With the weather, the tenseness of grand final day, both sides just finding it extremely difficult to get any space whatsoever, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it does. It's a real nightmare type stuff that you don't want to be seeing after what was an absolute crackerjack game in the Colts. The reserves hasn't had many highlights, but let's check it out. It's only the one goal, really. Other than that, it wasn't much. We'll take a look at that later. It was a pretty easy goal in the end. Cody Needs took an easy mark and then kicked one from about 35, 40 metres out. We'll take a bit of a spell here. At quarter time in the Banjos Bakery SFL Reserves, it's the Brighton Robins yet to score, trailing the Sorell Eagles 1-1-7. Tubes Taylor and Adam Webster with you. We'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to the SFL Reserves Grand Final. As we wait for the umpires to just do their final checks, they've got the thumbs up. The rain's really starting to come down. Does anyone have a squeegee? I can't see much. As it's the second quarter underway.
White going to get down in the direction of Whitney. No one can quite control this one once again. Batchelor in there as well. Tackled hard and will get a repeat stoppage. The visibility is getting a little bit lower in this one. Good tap there by Hitchens. Kick out by Harbach. In the direction of half forward. Overrunning it was Collis. Also in there was Newman. McKnight. Collis. Can't quite control it. It's Newman with another crack at it, a tackle and another stoppage. So once again, Tubes, both teams finding it exceedingly difficult to be able to control the ball for any stretch of time. Hitchens once again gets down the Johnson direction, stacks on. Bit of a rolling maul. Johnson tries to take it again. He's tackled by two players, including McCarthy, and another ball up.
So the ball at half forward for the Robins again. Hitchens and White will see that battle all day through Whitney's fingertips. Hitchens off the ground, didn't get it too far. Scrappy try by Wakefield as he's dove on the back there of Phillips. And we'll see a ball up.
You're right, that is a great headband, by the way, Tubes.
A bit extra, isn't it?
It is. Johnson. Getting it to the wing, but only so far as McGee, who really enjoys this weather. He is absolutely crunched in a tackle. And there was Dance. McGee follows up with another effort. Getting it out was Chapman. Chapman goes inside 50. Getting on the end of it almost was Pears.
I feel like we might need the lights on his shortly.
Another opportunity there for McGee, and goes through McCarthy's hands into the back line. Nice handball out to Phillips. Phillips with a hack right to the 50. A 2-on-2. Johnson in there as well. Runs into his teammate. Gets it inside 50. White, a clearing kick, but only so far as Campbell. And Campbell with an opportunity to go inside 50 for Sorell. Drives it in. Oh, there he is. Your man Phillips with the headband.
Phillips takes it from that back pocket area, sends it wide, looking for a teammate in Collis. Collis gets bowled over by Jackson, and they'll both take a spell on the bench. As we'll see a boundary throwing here at centre wing. 17.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we haven't had a score for a long time. Look at the rain coming down all over our cameras. Hitchens, Campbell, can't. Jackson gets it back towards Workman. Workman gets pushed off the ball. Jackson tapped it cleverly to Hitchens. Hitchens tackled out the footy. Umpire said play on. Through came Lukey Dance. And that's a clever touch out to Johnson. Johnson smartly had a little bit more time than he thought. Going back, excellent work by Cooper. He's tackled and the umpire says ball up.
So we're in the half-forward flank for Brighton. They've built for Sorell. They've been driving it forward this entire contest. Appear to be a little bit better at playing the wet weather footy at the moment, as Hitchens was completely uncontested there in the ruck contest. Running onto it was Whitney. Whitney gets it out to White. Coming through is Johnson. Johnson beats a couple, drives it inside 50. Getting onto the end of it, there was Cooper, and he's forced out of bounds. So we're inside 50 for Sorell.
I feel like Brighton have probably had more opportunity to have clear possession, but they're panicking a little bit, whereas Sorell are just rushing the ball forward.
Yeah.
It's real contested.
Chaos, isn't it?
Yeah. Crappy sort of scrap.
But it's working for them. They lead by 7. Another tap by White in the direction of Phillips. Huge collision there with Rowbottom in there as well. Phillips applies a tackle and get a ball up. Seem to be living in Sorell's half of the ground this quarter.
I think Daniel Chapman just caught one then.
He did.
From Rowbottom there in the guts. Seems to have bounced up okay though. White wins it down only as far as Batchelor, who scraps one forward. Harback trying his hardest, tackled a man, spun him around a lot. Now wheeling around was Wakefield. His kick goes down towards Rowbottom. Workman gets pushed off the footy, but the ball rolls out of bounds for another boundary throwing.
We've played nearly 5 minutes and we've probably had about 25 stoppages in Tubes.
It's gross footy. Who was that coming off? Was that Caden Workman having a spell? It was.
Shallow throw in. White tries to handle it. Hitchens in there as well. Phillips goes through his fingers. Tackle applied by Campbell. Ball spills out in the direction of White.
Oh, the D10.
He's done all right, the ruckman. And a nice mark in defence, taken by Newman, who was given a quick one the crowd didn't really like. He tries a bit of precision footy, which in this weather is not a good idea, but he followed up his work really well. Trouble is, ball spilled to Whitney. Inside 50 it goes. Chasing it down is Percy. Percy can't quite get the boot on it, or did he? He got a shot on it.
Jordan Percy with a ripper. He gets the first for the Brighton Robins, and the margin's back to 1 point. It wasn't pretty, but it went through.
That's how you've got to play today, Tubes. The chaos ball going inside 50. We just spoke about Sorell using it. Brighton used it to great effect there.
I think that might even be... No, brilliant work down there in the goal on the umpire work. I think that's Jet Benson down there. How good was that from Percy? And it's on point the margin here. 6 minutes gone in the second term. Back in the middle, Hitchens and White do battle. Hitchens wins it down. Harvack dove on the footy. Circling. Gee, this is hard to watch. At the moment.
A lot of stoppages happening.
Horrible conditions. Let's not blame the footballers, but
it's starting to clear up just a little bit.
Yeah, I like it.
See some blue sky, which is really nice.
I can see the ground finally, which is great. Jackson Broome got it away.
Broome was taken in a tackle there, but managed to follow up his work pretty well. That's what I've liked from Sorell. Even when they've made mistakes, they've still followed up. So it's White versus Hitchens once again. Umpires plucked a free kick here. Go to Jackson Broome, who's been in and under the last couple of contests. Spots a teammate wide, but sells him into a little bit of trouble. Ball was a high up and under. Falls in the direction of Newman. Overrunning it was Johnson. Tackling was Hitchens, and Broome in there as well, as he's been in this contest. Johnson has been in everything, and he's probably looked like one of the cleaner players on the field, Tubes.
Yeah, he's just wrestling past everyone, isn't he, at the moment? Just like that, just duck the head and then
there he is again, but that's
sling tackle. Well,
I don't know about that, but
it wasn't a sling as such. It was probably still a dangerous tackle.
It was.
Played at the Wynyard Cats last year, did Mark Johnson. Might have racked up a number of games for the Sorell Eagles too. Club games, I think 100 maybe this year.
Played for the Cats and the Eagles, a bit of a Brent Spinks type operator. It's a 1999 deep cut for those of you that didn't quite get it. We're in centre half forward for the Brighton Robins. Ball spills to the back of the pack through hands. Now it's with White.
With McCarthy a bit slow there, so tackle laid by Hitchens, who's been one of the best so far. Sorell, he's got a wide man. He decides to chop it off, but he can't get it there because guess who? Jai Reid. He looks around, he's got numbers short, he's got Collis all by himself. He decides to go further, and getting across to punch away was Liam Hitchens. He's got a man there in Campbell. Campbell's kick goes towards Johnson. Johnson can't get it because there's Robins everywhere. White tackle with the footy. Johnson burrows in. And the ball will be balled up.
Seen a lot of attempted precision kicking from both teams, but the marking stats have to be really, really low in this contest as White wins the day, but Hitchens manages to get the clearance. Only so far as Brighton, though, falls into the hands of Coles. Coles driving it forward. Now White overruns it completely. It falls to that man Johnson, who's been really good, and spots a target out wide for a chest mark.
Oh!
That's Needs.
Jacob
Bumped off
Whitney.
the ball. Great
Brilliant.
work by Whitney. Driving it inside 50 for Brighton. Batchelor. Huge bump there with McKnight.
Oh.
Big tackle. Lots of physicality in this one at North Hobart Oval. It's a grand final. You've got to leave it all out there, and both of these teams are doing that.
McLagan came off. There's a bit of chirp on the off the field too. Some peanut from the sidelines is yelling out abuse. Boundary throwing anyway. Kick forward by the Sorell Eagles. Goes long and deep. At the bottom of the pack. They work it out through Coles. Coles got kicked and he's giving it off to McCarthy. McCarthy inboard. Now a long tour.
Barrel.
You would love to see that. At the back of the pack. Bouncing ball. Sorell with the numbers. Now
so Sorell another barrel.
Yeah, and it's Craig Bradley Harback, whose kick was cut off. He's in trouble here. Chapman wheels around. Needs has to do some work here. He's got a few to beat. Harback, Needs, did well. Harback went back and got the footy though. Rushed to kick forward. Oh, through the fingertips there. This is Hibbard. Now the big fella, Stackhat Whelan gives it over the top. Oh, Collis. Hibbard. It's rank football right here at North Hobart Oval at the moment. Hibbard goes in again. Jeepers creepers, can we get someone to get two hands on the footy? Workman gets pushed into the ground. Hibbard, oh goodness me. Someone retire them all.
This is a scrap of the highest order here at North Hobart Oval. SFL Banjo's Bakery Reserves Grand Final. Sorell with an opportunity to clear a fresh airy. A fresh airy. But they get another chance through Chapman. Chapman, centre half back, searching for but not quite finding Lang. Tackle is applied, and guess what we're going to have, Tubes? A ball up.
This reminds me of... Let's have a look at this. Have a look at this. Can't even kick it off the ground. He went for it.
There we go. Hold the ball.
Decided to reward a free kick.
So driving inside 50 is Howland. He finds Whelan. With a wet ball, this is going to be a difficult kick, Tubes.
No, he's got it in him.
Okay.
He's got the hamstring huggers on, which I loved when I was playing footy. Look at him, the wetsuit pants.
So Whelan approaches right on the paint of 50, on the boundary, on the left. He's put it out of bounds on the full. That is one of the great Mozzes. Tubes. You said he was going to be down.
Difficult. You got in his head. He's obviously listening to the live stream. McKnight.
The AirPods are illegal on the field.
Wouldn't have thought so. McKnight. Oh, dangerous. Dangerous.
Here we go again.
Have a play on there. Big stack at Whelan from the pocket. Why not? No. Just through from behind.
Scores level.
There must be a breeze to this end. It's all tied up here. That's all we need is more time on.
Let's have very many more quarters of this, that's for sure. Good kick on the wing, but unable to be controlled by Hitchens. We'll have a boundary throw in on the outer side in front of all of the Eagles' adoring fans.
What I love about the Eagles number 19, there's a banner for him. Who's that? Jaden O'Brien. Love that. There's the number 8 over there. Benny Walker. Big fans. And then there's one that says Big Buster Bill, number 30. We haven't seen him, Will Harris. Look at that. I'd love to see
him. Know what to call him from now on, though. There he is, Buster. He's in the centre of the ground right now.
Well,
he's going to get right into it.
Will? Have we? Bouncing
Tapped down by Reid.
You go.
Stacks on again. Let's face it, there's going to be another stoppage at a moment here. Falls out to the back of the pack, close to Reid. Overrunning it was right. Now a clearing kick to this outer wing once again. Brighton wants to liberate, and they won't get it. Just skill errors, the umpire says, which we've seen plenty of today in this SFL Bantos Bakery Reserves Grand Final. So let's see if Big Buster can get on the end of this. So it's Reid following up his own work, kicking it high up and under into the centre of the ground. No one can control that, though. Tap was by Walker. Instead, kick inside 50 to Brighton. Falls in the Whelan direction. He's been lively in this term as stack out Whelan, and there'll be a boundary throw in it, or a ball up at a dangerous position for the Robins. Whelan to contest it. Has 2 bites of that cherry. Falls to Pears. Pears dispossessed. Falls to a dangerous position on the ground. Percy has it, and he's tackled immediately, and another stoppage, Tubes.
I love football, but this is a tough watch. This is the toughest watch grand final. There's 5 minutes to go, and it's 7-7 apiece. And has anyone had a clear... Like, I look at the Red Z Langdon stats, and there has been 0 efficient disposals. 0.
Here we go. Here's a chance for a couple of them. Sorell with an opportunity forward. Ball spills out in the direction of Lang. Now goes inside 50, so only so far as Chrome Dome, and he'll kick it to the wing.
Mate, he will murder you.
He will. He's kicked it inside 50.
I wouldn't be...
I really appreciate his work, James McGee.
Oh, yeah, you all kiss up to him now.
That's right.
He looks like a beacon out there, doesn't he?
A very nice man.
He looks like a lovely man. We've got a boundary throw in inside forward 50 for the Brighton Robins. As the ball comes in, ruck contest, pushed off the ball, numbers with Sorell. They all fall over like it was a synchronised swimming event. Could be too, given the conditions. Ben Walker gets it forward. Now it comes out for Jackson. Jackson trips over his own feet. Then it comes out to White Phillips. I call him White because he's got the headband. There's Stack Hat wheeling. Just somehow the ball stays in because it wants us to be in more pain. And finally, it'll be a ball in.
You're making up nicknames as well. White Phillips.
Look at this. And synchronised swimming knee.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that hurts.
Oh.
No good.
He's
still
not in
down.
a good way either. In the hands of the trainers.
Yeah.
James Campbell. He can't really put a lot of pressure on it. He's going to have to be helped off the field, which
go straight off, he says. Go straight off. He's like, no, yeah, that's not good. We don't like seeing that. Oh, and look at him running. This is what it's all about.
That's right.
That's what the Ultimate Resies is all about. Tape that's been left on since last week by the looks of things. And off he comes, the big fella, hopefully for big Ben Walker. He's okay. James Campbell, he's okay. Put a little injury next to him.
Coles can't quite control it. Free kick's been plucked to Johnson and got a little bit of extra attention from Rowbottom, and he's earned himself 50 as Mark Johnson.
He sucked him in there, Mark Johnson.
Same name as number as an Essendon Premiership player from the early 2000s. That's what I think about. But Ricky Harris takes the mark.
Another inefficient disposal. Not specifically for Jono. He's done okay. He's had plenty of it at least.
Rowbottom. 2 bites of the cherry. Can't quite control that one though. And a ball up here on centre wing, right in front of our broadcast position, and we've lost a fair few droplets here, so the visibility has improved with the sun being out.
I can actually see, which is nice. The ball up here. Reid and Hitchens do battle. Reid with the bigger body. Hitchens were at best. Harback got a hold of the footy. Out it comes for Jackson, who's tackled hard. Through comes Collis. Collis can't quite. He gives it off now to O'Brien. And we'll see a ball up. It's pretty scrappy stuff. Got to do something here to keep the people entertained, don't we? As the ball is Hitchens. He's probably been the best. Tackled hard. Nicely done. That might have been Brock Wilton. No, it wasn't. It was McKnight. We'll see another boundary throw in. There is numbers behind the footy. The Brighton Robins actually have 3 players behind the ball. So that means that around this stoppage, the Eagles have got 3 extras. Somehow Harback wins it out though, outnumbered heavily. Now coming through is your man Phillips. Phillips got it off. Here's a chance now for Jordan Percy. He's got one already, and that's rank. It snuck through. Why don't we just end this game now and say the game's done? The Robins win by a point. We've got a minute to go, Webbo.
That's all right. We will go into the sheds at half-time. The ground can drain a little bit. The ball can be dried up, and we'll have a ring-a-ding-ding second half. Let's just start this one again. 1 point the margin. Sorell driving an outside defensive 50 in the Harris direction. Mark attempted by Hitchens, but he's tackled. So in the final stage of this first half, McGee and Hitchens working on it there. Number 52 for Sorell, who's not on the score sheet, so I'm just going to call him John. Ball is controlled in the centre of the ground, or attempted to be controlled, but another great effort by Ricky Harris. I've got to call him out.
Hold the ball, free kick.
Good tackle applied there by Chapman. Sorell with a chance really late, 7 seconds left. Opportunity to get it inside 50, 2 seconds left. 1, and a mark's taken right on the siren by John.
I think it is Tristan Pace. It is.
Tristan Pace?
This is going to, like, with respect to Tristan.
He was 54 on the team sheet.
Yeah, I know. He's put the long sleeves on, Tristan, and he deserves to too. So
that's right. I would too.
Kick after the siren.
I'd have
It'll take everything that Tristan Pace has got in him too.
Is he going to go at Torp?
No.
Gout.
No score, he's played on. Didn't matter anyway. Did you say gout? I reckon he probably has got a bit of big gout, Tristan Pace. That is half-time here at the Banjo's Bakery SFL Reserves Grand Final. The Brighton Robins 1-2-8 lead the Sorell Eagles 1-1-7. Let's go through the goal kickers. Jordan Percy with a beauty in that term, and Cody Needs had one in the first term for the Sorell Eagles. Not many highlights there, so it's a 1 point margin in favour of the Robins, Webby.
A lot of stoppages, a lot of really hard tackles, a lot of clangers, Tubes, as well. And we end the half with a 1 point margin to Brighton over Sorell. Sorell had the ascendancy for the vast majority, but Brighton threw a chaos ball and a couple of shots from Campbell Whelan, and then Jordan Percy converting a goal off the bottom of his boot, off one of his studs. Speaking of studs, Tubes, what are you up to at halftime?
I'm going to go and get some chips and gravy, treat myself. And I'll tell you this, Craig Harback, Billy Cole's been very good for the Brighton Robins. Mark Johnson, Liam Hitchens, the only real shining light for the Eagles. They're trying hard. I'd like to see Caden Workman come into the game a bit better. He's one of those blokes that when he's getting the footy for the Sorell Eagles, you know they're going okay. We're going to take a break here. It's Tubes Taylor from Triple M Breakfast with Kaz and Tubes with my good mate Adam Webster, calling the Banjo's Bakery Southern Football League Reserves Grand Final here at North Hobart Oval. It's the Robins by a point, coming back with you in just a moment for the second half. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Second half of the Banjo's Bakery SFL Grand Final about to get underway as the umpires do their final checks. Tubes Taylor with you here. I'm joined by Adam Webster, who's going to take it away in the third term.
The sun is out, so we're hoping for a lot more clean ball use. White gets it down. Tackled really hard was Campbell. There's been some really strong tackling on display. White follows up. He's dispossessed. Johnson in there as well. Hitchens working hard. Off the back of the pack. Another tackle applied. No one can quite get use of the ball. Goes through the legs of Phillips. Now here to centre wing. Tracked down by Chapman. Chapman inside 50, right to the boundary line. Code attempts to mark that one Code he needs, and it goes out of bounds. So Sorell...
You'd expect him to gobble that up in the majority of times. He had a free run at that.
Based on his first quarter.
Yeah.
It's been his half of the ground today. He's kicked Sorell's only goal. Another opportunity for Needs. Now Chapman to the teeth of goal. Tackle applied. Good tackle applied here by Jackson.
You can just see, Webby, how the day now, as it's opened up, it's a beautiful day for football right now, probably a little cold. They're just starting to get a little bit of confidence, Sorell.
Langridge can't quite get that one out. Sorell with a chance from the pocket. A couple of tackles applied and pace is forced over the line for a boundary throw-in. Yeah, you can already tell that the ball's sort of hardened up a little bit and is a little bit easier to take control of. We're seeing a bit more quicker pace to this game. So we get a boundary throw-in inside 50 for Sorell. Opportunity there for Langridge, who just wallops it straight back over the line for another boundary throw-in.
Dangerous here is Cody Needs. They've got a number behind the pack too, Sorell. And Scott Jackson, that is an absolute typical. That almost typifies this game so far. That boundary throwing.
Umpire might have to take a couple of steps in here with the wind down there, as Langridge had to run and get that one. Ball back in. Langridge taps it to the back of the pack, controlled there by Wakefield. Clearing kick. Outside 50, no one can quite mark it. Walker is in there as well. Tackle is applied. Pears attempted to mark that one. And
they got numbers behind the ball, Sorell, so a rush kick out of here will land in the defenders for Sorell's arms as it comes out for Johnson.
Johnson from the pocket, inside 50 to the teeth of goal. Can't quite get that one. Gathering it down was Lang, but a clearing kick by Langridge. Oh. Almost a mark to Sorell. A couple of bites of the cherry there. Instead, it'll fall to Hitchens. And another stacks on, and we'll get a ball up.
Ball at half forward for Sorell. You can just see they're just panicking a little bit, a bit of perceived pressure, for lack of a better term. Now it comes it back here. Batchelor throws it on the boot. Going further forward out the back. Jackson couldn't quite get it. Pace. He gobbles these up, does Pace. Billy Pace has done that his whole career. And he puts the Eagles in front at the 3.5-minute mark of the third term.
Well, goals have been at a premium today at North Hobart Oval with the rain, but immediately within the first 4 minutes of this contest in the third term, we see the first goal kick. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come, Tubes, and we can have a bit of a shootout in this second half of the reserves. But great work by Pace to gobble that one up and put it through.
Just magnificent. Like I said, he's done that his whole career. That's what Billy Pace has built his reserves football career around. Roving a pack, snapping a goal. And hopefully we see this game open up a bit as the conditions have changed again, and it's a beautiful day.
So White and Hitchens. Hitchens manages to tap it down the Johnson direction.
She's been good.
Johnson gets it to the back of the pack. However, the ball's cut off. Brighton with a chance. However, they're going the wrong way inside defensive 50. Switching across to Phillips. Phillips can't quite take that mark. He's tackled as he kicked. It's all Sorell down here. It'll be interesting to see if it's deliberate, and it's not.
Big Joe Reid looked like Happy Gilmore's nemesis there. What's his name? Jaws from the 007 movies.
I believe that belongs to Mr. Gilmore.
He looked a bit like that running up the wing.
Another tap by Sorell. Near the back of the pack, Pears is working through there. Does really well, does Pears. Jackson gets it into the middle of the ground. It's all Robbins, though. Clean ball taken.
That's what we
here
want.
By White. Goes to the wing. Numbers with the Robbins. McKnight tiptoes along the boundary line. A beautiful mark taken by Phillips, but he didn't control the ball before he went out of bounds.
Jalgada. Gee, there's some peanuts in the peanut gallery downstairs, let me tell you, Webby.
They all know YouTube, so none of them know me, so that's probably a good thing. Let's keep it that way. Simple tap down to the front of the pack. Ball is controlled by Wakefield. Wakefield is smothered. Falls into the hands of McCarthy. McCarthy inside 50. No mark taken. Falls through the legs of a couple of Robbins players. No one can quite control it. Well, looking like a stoppage deep inside 50 for Brighton, who have to respond. They now trail this one by 5 points. We've played 6 minutes in this third term.
Love to see it. Jackson needs to push across to someone, because Buff McCarthy's all by himself. Reid out of the pack, bending behind.
It was good by Reid, just took it straight away and snapped it. didn't miss by a lot. Just couldn't quite get the purchase on it, given how high he had to kick it for it to not be taken by Sorell. Newman clearing in the direction of Wright. Wright on the outer wing. Chance to drive it forward for the Eagles. Ball spills to the back of the pack once again and goes right in the middle of the ground. It's a 2-on-1 to Brighton. Phillips with a strong tap down, but rushing through is Jackson. Great work. He was taken in a beautiful tackle though, and it's holding the ball. And Phillips just
50 metres against
off the ball. Brighton with a chance to go in front. So my man White Phillips will have a chance to kick from about 40 metres out on a slight angle.
Has there been a bloke who's less needing of a headband than Luke White Phillips?
I think he just enjoys the fashion of it all.
Fashion.
So here's Phillips.
Must kick.
Drives it forward. On shore. Right to the teeth of goal and another behind. So a couple of wasted opportunities for the Robins early in this third term, Tubes.
3 points the margin in favour of Sorell. They lead 2-1, 13 to Brighton, 1-4, 10. McKnight sends the ball long. Big fly, Hitchens at the back. Rolling out was Langridge. Out it comes now for Broome. Rush kick forward by the Robins. Gee, they could have ruffled it there. Collis off the ground, out of bounds.
Great work by McGee there, my man. I'll be calling out every positive thing James McGee does for the rest of the day. I called him a very good-looking and nice man. I did.
I think you called him toe ball or something like that, didn't you? Or
I didn't, but I should have. We're inside 50 for the Brighton Robins. No one can control that throw in. High tackle. Free kick awarded to Hobart, is it? So just dove across his neck, the Sorell defender, and Hobart with a chance to shoot from 40 out directly in front.
Craig Bradley Harbach. That's actually his name, because his parents love the Blues. Oh, he gets caught play on South Candy. Oh, he's caught. Great tackle. Out it comes, wheeling around the corner was O'Brien. Hitchens. Pace. Now it comes out for the Sorell Eagles off the ground. It goes forward again. Oh, look at this. Oh, Cody Need's going to run into an open goal. And he's got a couple. Needs has got two. It was coast-to-coast stuff from the Eagles, and they're up by 9 points.
That was fantastic work by Chapman. He lost the ball in the middle of the field. He was able to control it and just toe poke it forward in the direction of the forwards. Jackson just passed it directly to Needs, and Needs with an easy dribbling goal.
Just that little deft touch, not heaps on it, just a little handball from Jacko. Scotty Jackson.
And we've already seen as many goals in the first 10 minutes of this term as we saw in the entire first half, Tube. So that bodes well.
Yeah, makes me really happy.
Easy tap down to the back of the pack. Go the Robins. They'll go forward. Falls into the hands of Pears. Of Phillips. Now controlled by Coles. He's tackled by Pears, and there'll be a ball up. It's forward of centre. So a lot more movement, fluid movement in this contest by both teams. Example of that, McKnight able to get out to the pack and inside 50. Ball spills in the McCarthy direction. McCarthy with a squirting ball inside 50. Can't be controlled by Percy. Stacks on Luke Percy, and another ball up. So Brighton have to respond here, now down by 9 points. Had a couple of opportunities at goal as White taps that out to the back of the pack. Clearing kick is well marked.
Nothing
by
to kick
Pace.
to. Nothing to kick to. He's got a short one on if he wants. He goes in that direction, finds his man.
Smarter ball movement by the Eagles. Controlled now by Wright. Assesses his options. He's going to go further afield again. So Sorell playing a possession game, which we haven't seen across this contest so far because of the nature of the weather. Johnson just strolls around the man on the mark. Kicks it right to the teeth of 50. Ball can't be controlled by Chapman. He has another crack at it. No free kick, and Brighton will pay on. Whelan is in there. Here's Pace. Pace with a high up and under towards 50.
Got to talk. Got to talk.
Harris flew, but you're right, there was no talk there, but Brighton have got out of jail in this one because they've been paid a free kick. And they've got a chance to clear it across the outer wing.
I think that's Wilton over there with the footy. Sending it long up the wing. Punched away and a boundary throw-in. It's been a long time between drinks for these footy clubs.
Really interesting futures for these footy clubs with Brighton heading into the Premier League and Sorell going to the Regional League next year. And Sorell, some really big strides in the seniors this season as well. They're building. Love to see it. Ball spills in the hands of Wakefield. Wakefield gets it inside 50. Goes over the head of Reid. Now controlled by Reid. Reid with the left foot. Driving it deep inside 50. Ball spills in the direction. And tackle is applied. There's a big tackle by Newman. Is there a free kick there?
Oh,
because no one likes it. Newman's lost his Guernsey.
Yeah. James Campbell's come up nude. Take the old leave for the OnlyFans, Campbell.
Another stoppage. Just at the top of the square here for the Robins. Tap over the top by Reid. Spills to the back of the pack in the direction of Collis. He's tackled and another ball up. Reid with another tap in the Coles direction. So Sorell doing a very good job of just providing that congestion and forcing it inch by inch back in their direction. This time Reid can't control the tap. Falls in the row bottom direction. He's tackled once again. And we're at ball up number 5 in the last minute or so. Big punch away by Pears. Might get it to the boundary this time, which will create a little bit more space. Collis is tackled, but he's holding the ball, and off they go, the Eagles, down the wing. Well weighted from Chapman. Chapman to Johnson. Johnson through the middle of the ground in direction of Lang. Goes through his hands. Controlled there by Davey. Brighton out of trouble temporarily. In and under is Hitchens. Trying to force the ball away from Davey. Ball spills to a pack and we'll have a ball up.
You can just see how the conditions are starting to favour Sorell in their running game. They're getting some clear ball use, but they're just not using it well enough.
But their game plan's been pretty solid. I mean, they utilised the weather really well in the first half with a lot of chaos balls forward, and now you're right, they're able to use their running game as it's cleared up.
So just letting you know here, Webby, this is the first time in 8 years that the Brighton Robins have been in the grand final of the twos, and it's been 29 years since they've had a premiership.
Johnson wants to make it a premiership today for Sorell. Here's Chapman. Chapman to a dangerous position. Goes over the head of Jackson. And another stoppage.
That was really clever stuff from Johnson to keep running, but then Billy Pace with the handball waiting for the running man in Chapman to come through. They just need to find that target.
So tap down by White. Can't be controlled. Umpires plucked a free kick for Brighton here, so out of trouble are the Robins. 29 years, did you say, Tubes, since Sorell have been in a grand final?
No, since Brighton have had a grand final.
No way. To the wing, Reid flies, goes through his hands. Harris tracks it down. Is able to burst through the pack. Falls through the hands of Rowbottom. Sorell able to clear through Campbell. They go inside 50, and here's a mark inside 50 for Lang. Thought about a quick pass, but he will go back and kick from
he doesn't like
just
his
inside
chances,
50. No, he's looking for any option available to him.
Looks like he's got the journey in his legs, but maybe the breeze just going across his body here doesn't help him.
So here's Lang. Goes around the man on the mark, gives himself some space, pushes it to the right. Pace is there. Pace! Pace!
Billy Pace, you absolute star. Almost a replay of the same spot, but he was under much more pressure than the last goal he got in this term. And goodness me, he's a genius.
We knew Lang didn't have the journey, and Pace was just there in the pocket, hacking it out. It was an absolute helicopter punt, but it went through for a goal, and Billy Pace has opened up a really tidy lead here for the Sorell Eagles on the fringes of three-quarter time, Tubes.
Whew. It's game on. How do the Brighton Robins respond? They've only been beaten twice this season, and one time they were beaten by this side that faces them right now. Johnson gets tackled. We'll see another reset in the middle of North Hobart Oval. Hitchens and White do battle again. White wins it down. Workman hasn't called his name too much today. We'll see a ball up. Billy Pace, what a start. Worked out towards Phillips. Jackson was fast. And we'll see a ball.
So Sorell opening up a 15-point lead, and goals have been at a real premium so far this afternoon. They've kicked 3 in this term, though. So a real opportunity. Hitchens and White. Falls to the back of the pack. Good tackle applied by Hitchens. Put pressure on the ball handler. Ball spills to the front of the pack through the hands of McKnight. McKnight trying to control it. And applies a tackle in the end. Another stoppage.
Craig Harback not happy with some of the treatment he got. Don't mess with him. He's got West Coast blood in him.
White with a nice tap to Phillips. Gets it inside 50, but a really deft touch by Batchelor in the direction of Johnson. Johnson overruns it. Walker is there as well. Spills to Brighton. Here's McCarthy. McCarthy. And a beautiful mark. And that's what they need. Luke Percy, Jordan Percy. He's kicked 1 on this term already, and he's got the opportunity for a second. Is the easiest shot at goal we've seen all day, Tubes.
Yeah, the human freak show just working to the front of the pack and getting there.
Enjoying the stickers on the arm that we can see here from
what have we got
Jordan
there?
Percy.
It looks like a hand on his shoulder, which is nice. Says Dad.
That's lovely.
Good. Love that.
Like that. So he's kicked 1, Jordan Percy. He's 20 out, directly in front. He's kicked 2. He likes it.
Gave the air a little bit of a dry hump too.
Love to see that sort of performative dancing after a goal, Tubes. And we're down to a 9-point margin, and we've got ourselves a game on three-quarter time here at North Hobart Oval, the Banjos Bakery SFL Reserves Grand Final.
Yep. Brighton 2-4-16 trail Sorell 4-1-25. You can tell by the scoring shot that it's been an even affair. Goal kickers for the Robins. It's 2 to that man, Jordan Percy, the human air humper. And the Sorell Eagles, Billy Pace has got 2, Cody Needs has got 2. Better players for that quarter, please.
Well, I think Liam Hitchens is everywhere, as you said, Tubes. Chapman popped up a few times in that quarter as well. Billy Pace, a really strong quarter with his 2 goals in that term for Brighton. Jordan Percy was really lively. Daniel Rowbottom was in and there or thereabouts. Brody White getting a lot of ruck taps.
Check out Stackhat wheeling there with the mullet flowing out the back.
Love it.
Now he's got the helmet off. He looks real good as we see the senior teams out on the ground getting ready to warm up. It's three-quarter time here at the North Hobart Oval. Let's take a look at the highlights of the Reserves Grand Final for that term.
It's all Billy Pace, isn't it, these highlights?
Has to be.
Their Tubes.
Has to be. Right here, look at this. Here goes bread and butter.
He loves this pocket, doesn't he?
Bread and butter, thanks, Tubes. And then he turns around like he is the second coming. He loves
Mobbed by teammates.
Well, there's off the ground.
There's Chapman. Just getting it down. Beautiful handball, wasn't it, to Needs?
He's got a couple needs. A 3-goal term for the for the Eagles rather, and this was a great goal. Look at him, keeps his feet, keeps his eye on the ball, and then just strength in the contest. Kick the beauty. You love to see it. Boink, around the corner. Brilliant stuff.
Billy Pace has Sorell with one hand on the cup.
It is 3/4 time as we see that one go through. Look at that, air hump, thanks. He loved it, didn't he? Jordan Percy. 3/4 time here, the Banjos Bakery SFL Grand Final for the reserves. We're going to have a quick break here, reset ourselves as the seniors are just getting ready. We'll be back in just a few moments. Tubes Taylor and Adam Webster with you for the SFL live broadcast of the reserves Grand Final. Thanks to Banjos. Final term of the SFL reserves about to get underway. It is currently a 9-point margin in favour of Sorell. The Colts won in 2012. The reserves played in 2008 for Sorell. And Ben Walker, the bloke out there in the number 8 for the Sorell Eagles, played in that 2008 Grand Final.
Wow.
16 years ago, if you believe him.
We get started once again through Hitchens, but no one can quite control this one. Squirts out to the back of the pack towards Dance. Dance drives it forward, but only so far as Howlett. Howlett to the back of the pack. Here comes Wakefield, getting in the direction of Pace.
It's good kick.
Well controlled by Brighton, but a really nice tap by Jackson. Jackson follows up his own work. Here's McGee. McGee does well. Gets it in Phillips' direction. He manages to keep it inbounds, but the umpire says no, he didn't. Phillips not happy with that call.
Oh, Phillips is upset about it. Take your headband off, mate.
We like the headband. We've already established that we're big fans.
To be fair of Luke, I think it did actually stay in.
I agree.
But, you know, who am I to say? I'm not right down there on the line.
There's White. The tap down so far as Hobart. Chopped off here by Newman.
Newman, game 50 for him too.
Who's been pretty good in spurts.
Oh, dear.
In the Pace direction. Pace manages to control it. A little bit of class. Goes directly around Harris. Now to the outer wing in the direction of Wright.
veteran Walker out there, 16th season.
Laying the tackle. He's right. Gets onto the end of this one. Manages to squirt a handball out. There's a lot of fresh areas happening there. Chapman, who's a good user of the ball, gets into the back of the pack, and Brighton with an opportunity to clear. However, Sorell might have the numbers here, but it was a good deft punch. Drives inside 50 from Percy, but cut off by Campbell.
The stripper!
Goes through the centre of the ground. Here is Chapman. Broken up by Howlett.
Stripper Campbell.
Running over the top of it is Harbach. And Johnson applies a tackle. We'll have a ball up right in the middle of the field.
If James Campbell hasn't got a nickname, he does now. He's called the Strip Up. He was taking his clothes off earlier in that third term. Oh, big collision here.
In and under is Phillips, as he's been all day today. Another opportunity for a bit of a reset. White to the back of the pack in the direction of McCarthy. Ball spills to Jackson. And good tackle applied here by McKnight. McKnight drives it inside 50 in the Percy direction.
Stackett
can control that. Here's Stackett. Really good punch over the top. No one can control this one. It falls into the hands of Percy. Now it's McLagan. Clears to centre wing.
Oh, great contest.
Punched over the top. Pace will control it though. Buys his teammate some time. To the other Pace. Great mark. Strong mark by Howlett. Opportunity for Brighton to once again for a forward. A 4-on-1 contest though to Sorell. And this one's chopped off.
Caden Workman.
He really tried to gyrate, make it as difficult as possible.
I'll tell you what, Toby Pears is going to be upset with this. So I've called him. Now that is Workman. Why is Caden Workman?
I think this is part of the Sorell strategy. Change jumpers at three-quarter time and just really throw the Robins off.
That is Caden Workman wearing Toby Pears' number. Does that mean... That's why I'm not calling Workman too much, because he's not wearing the bloody right jumper.
Regardless, he might be a premiership player when it's all said and done. White taps down in the direction of Wakefield. Now White once again. Handball goes in the direction of Jackson. Jackson controls it. Dance. Dance is inside 50. And here's a mark. Inside 50 went Sorell, and the man that's kicked 2 goals today, Cody Needs, has an opportunity to shoot from 50 metres out on the boundary. So this is the highest degree of difficulty shot that you can just about have on any football ground, but Needs has kicked 2 so far. So we'll see how this goes.
No chance.
Cody Needs drives it forward. Looks pretty good, but it's going to fall short. Really strong mark.
Gee, I'll tell you what, off the boot it looked good.
It certainly did, but mark was taken. So Langridge. Outside 50. There's no talk there, but that was okay because Phillips just floated across and took the mark for the Robins. They have to get moving here. However, this is going to fall directly to Dance. No talk, though, for the Robins. Standing up in the tackle was Howlett. Spills to the back of the pack to Wakefield. Only so far as Campbell. Campbell drives it forward in the Pace direction. Pace can't quite get a handle on it. It's Chapman driving it inside 50 to a dangerous position. Needs is there. Front of the pack. And a tackle is applied, and we'll have a ball up inside 50 for the Eagles, who lead this one by 9.
So Pears is actually out. Workman is in, and Jackson comes in for Pears. That's what I'm hearing from the horse's mouth. So there you go. There's the late mail, which is real late because it's 14 minutes to go in the last term.
We need a better mailman, I think, in this contest. Spilling to the back of the pack. Pace is there. Tackle is applied, and Sorell just quite content to lock it inside 50. Be happy to do this for the next 14 minutes, I suspect, Tubes, because that would win them the flag. White.
This is like one of those games where when you get to the end, if it ends like it is now, 25-16, they'll go, oh, did they go back to the old 1930s game style of just wrestling? There hasn't been.
Somewhat.
It wasn't a pretty win.
Yeah. Win's a
but
win.
He's wrestled it out.
Flag's a flag. Hitchens with a running start. Spills to Johnson. Johnson in the back of the pack. Scrubbing ball. Falls past pace. Now Hitchens overruns it. Johnson with another kick. It's smothered. Beautiful tackle applied by Pace.
Yeah, great work.
Well done to Tristan Pace with an opportunity to shoot for goal. No, that's Billy. Tristan's wearing number 52 instead of 54. To go to the pre-game meetings from the coaches, I think.
Tell you what, he'd have to start, if he kicks this, start engraving his name on the best on ground.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
If he can make this game 15 points,
Yeah.
it's not good off the boot, but it's right to the teeth of the goal face. And good mark once again by Langridge. That's the second one he's taken on the last line of defence.
Wilton's been pretty good.
He has, and he's delivered another good ball here to Rowbottom. So Rowbottom on the outer wing. Spills to the back of the pack. No one can quite control it. It should have been. Running it down is Pears.
No.
No.
It's Workman
It's
because he's wearing the other,
He's wearing Pears'
the other
number.
jumper.
This one, Whitney has it.
Miss Houston.
It's it inside 50.
Oh.
This falls through the hands of everyone, but also Jai Reid, who had an opportunity to kick an easy goal but couldn't quite take it. Instead, Sorell,
That's a really good kick.
as they've been all day, really strong in defence.
That's a clever kick.
That
That was smart stuff, and it was excellent work by Ben Walker down back to work that out, because it was a certain goal. The ball just eluded big Jai Reid.
It's another throw in that's going to have to be reset. The wind just playing a bit of havoc here, Tubes.
As per. It'd be nice if the weather stayed away from the seniors.
Into the back of the pack, another opportunity for Sorell to clear.
Chapman.
Falls to Lang. Beautiful mark taken by Hitchens, the ruckman.
I like this kid.
He's been really good. Hitchens drives it forward. It's all Robbins, though. And once again, that man Langridge with his third intercept mark of the quarter. Ball spills to McGee, my best friend. Hitchens is tackled by McGee.
A shiny...
I called him a very good footballer.
You said something about
very
shiny,
good footballer.
like a crystal ball, something like that.
I did not say that at all.
He said he was almost see-through.
I'm going to start calling you Andy. Hat kick forward by Sorell. Through the hands of Lang. Falling onto it is right inside 50. Can't be controlled. Here's Jackson. Jackson. To Pace, inside 50. To Pace. In the pocket. He's tackled, but he stands up and gets out of the tackle. Pace right inside 50 to two teammates. Both of them underrun it. And a smother by Langridge, who's been absolutely everywhere in this final term.
That was as good a football as I've seen today. That little passage from centre wing all the way into the pocket. A good kick, missed the mark. Defensive work by Brighton was excellent. That was good footy.
Alex Langridge has been absolutely fantastic in this term. As Brighton clear it through again. White overruns it. Opportunity here for Coles and another stoppage. Alex Langridge, 3 intercept marks and a smother. Just the ability of that guy to get involved. Another stoppage. Another stoppage here for White. Getting through his right. Big fly, and no one can take a mark. We'll stop him inside 50. Short throw in. Falls to the back of the pack. Controlled here by Dance. Dance has a ping. Cut off in the last line. Once again by that man, Langridge. Marking absolutely everything in this last term. This is in the wide direction. Goes through hands. Can't be controlled by Campbell. Instead, it is controlled by Phillips.
Here we go.
And now Rowbottom. Brighton with an opportunity, but Sorell able to cut it off.
There's the stripper.
Now to Pace. And now Johnson. Johnson just pulls the kick at the last minute. Overrun by Jackson.
Has he had 100 touches today, Mark Johnson?
He's had a lot. A lot of the ball. He'll be in the votes. That's for sure. So Brighton with another opportunity. They can send it right into the centre of the ground. No free kick paid. Well done to Brighton. And a mark is taken by Pears.
No, Workman.
A Workman.
They changed jumpers. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Just wear the jumper you said.
Squirting handball to the back of the pack. Cleared now by McCarthy. He's tackled. Sorell just playing really hard, tough football, contesting, getting some stoppages in here and forcing it to stay in their end of the ground. It's been in their end of the ground for the vast majority of this final term. We approach the dying stages and we'll stay here, Tubes. Sorell just locking it in.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just can't, at the moment, I can't see Brighton coming back from here.
No.
And I know they're only, 9 points down. They need 2 goals.
Yeah.
But they just don't, they haven't been able to possess the footy. Just slow things down, fellas. Just let's find a single target. Stop bombing it long. Stop putting so much air on the ball.
A couple of free kicks certainly help.
They do.
This free kick will go in the direction of Collis on centre wing, right in front of our broadcast position here at North Hobart Oval. So Collis drives it inside 50, but ball falls short, but it falls fortuitously for Hobart. Your man Craig Bradley, Hobart.
This is what we want.
Just over the top.
Again, just those kicks with too much air in them.
Need to lower the eyes just a little bit.
Well, kick it flatter because the leads are good. The position's there. It's just that when they kick it high like that, the ball coming down gives the time for the... They're calling it back. They're calling it back. Free kick.
Free kick to Langridge. No, free kick to Sorell. He's got his hands in the air, Langridge.
Brad Hibbert.
Free kick to Brad Hibbert.
I missed what that was for.
I think so did the crowd.
Chapman to bring the ball out. Long kick wide, and it'll be just inside the line for a boundary zone. What I'm saying is that if you give the ball more air like that, a defender has plenty more time to get to the contest and assess what's going on with the ball. If you kick it flat down low, don't really send it in like a rocket. What I'm saying is they punch it up too high. Coles got it out. Jackson wheels around, sends it high up and under. Hibbert takes the mark, out on the full. Free kick, Jai Reid. Jai Reid doesn't know.
It's been reversed.
No.
No. They have changed
Out on the full, yeah. Just having a bit of communication issue between field umpire and boundary umpire, but we got there in the end, which is great to see. Jai Reid to bring the ball back inside forward 50 for the Robins. They'd love a goal here. Big fly. Hobart takes a screamer amongst 4 Eagles. He won the medal, the George Watt medal for the best player in the competition for the reserves. Look at that, from 4 deep. Amongst 4 Eagles, he plays on and then kicks it. Bending, no good. First score of the last term, if you don't mind. Bad kicking is bad footy.
Yeah, some wasted opportunities for Brighton. 2 goals, 5. They've cut the lead to 8.
They only need 2 goals.
They only need 2 goals. Trouble is, Lee Matthews' rule is going to come into effect. We've got less than 4 minutes left.
Hitchens couldn't get it. Johnson to Pace. Pace gets it over the top, finds a man all by himself in Broom. Broom gives a handball off to Hitchens, a long kick going down to Jackson. who comes out and meets the mark. Streaming inside goal is right. He goes in that direction. He's got a couple of beat. Strong mark. Can play on if he wants. Doesn't.
Decides to go back and kick it. He didn't have anyone between him and the goal, so really didn't back his pace to be able to get back in, but great mark by Rowan Wright.
Well, he had
contested, body work.
But again, that kick is just too high.
Yeah.
It needs to be flat on that. He had to take a contested grab here. This puts it beyond doubt, I would have thought. Oh, dear.
Oh, wow.
That's absolutely... that is absolutely...
We should have played on.
Look at that. That is...
Should have played on and dribbled it.
Should have just held the ball. Should have just handballed it. Poor Rowan Wright. An absolute clanger. Uh-oh.
Good handball by McGee.
The good news is if you're in big trouble with McGee if Brighton win this game, because they will watch it again. If they lose, they'll never watch it again. You'll be
Eagles.
okay.
Go Eagles.
Oh, settle down. We're supposed to... Jackson out the back. Through the ball comes. Here's a chance now as they push the ball out through centre wing. They only need a couple of goals.
Here we go.
Batchelor gets infringed upon and he will get the free kick. He's got a man out wide. Batchelor still the man out wide and 50 against Hobart.
That hurts. That's just, you can't afford to do that in the last 3 minutes of a grand final.
A double 50 because Hobart ran across the man on the mark.
So Batchelor is going to be put in a very advantageous position. He's going to end up kicking from about 30 metres out, directly in front.
That second 50 was very, very short. So Riley Batchelor, I'm not sure how many goals in his career he's ever kicked.
I dare say if he kicks this, it will be the most important one, Tubes.
Agreed.
In he comes. Batchelor.
Oh,
misses. We're back out to 9. And Brighton are going very, very quickly indeed.
Have to.
But they've given it away, holding the ball. Great tackle.
Man down behind play is Chapman, who's come into the game.
Dance with a great tackle. And with 47 seconds left, what can the Robins do here?
Not a lot.
Getting it inside 50, only just. Tackle applied immediately and another stoppage. So the Sorell Eagles, how long did you say it had been since they'd played in a grand final and won a grand final?
2008.
Well, it's all about to change right now by the looks. Jackson. And taken out of bounds by Wright.
Wow. 10 seconds to go. It's a Sorell Eagles premiership. They can't have it taken away from them now. Hitchens, free kick given. And there it is. It's over. Sorell Eagles win their first premiership since 2008. 4-2-26 Sorell. Defeat Brighton 2-5-17 by 9 points. Goal kickers for the Eagles. It was 2 to Billy Pace, 2 to Cody Needs, and 2 to Jordan Percy for the Robins. But it's their premiership that they wanted. Look at what it means to this club. They stream from everywhere. Unbelievable. Not the prettiest game, but what a game all the same. Better players.
Better players for me. I mean, you've got to start and end this conversation with Billy Pace. Popping up and kicking those 2 goals in the third quarter when the game was there to be won. Cody Needs as well kicked a key one in the first and then one in the third. They were both brilliant. Mark Johnson just had so much of the ball across this contest. He was really good. Liam Hitchens in every contest as well. Daniel Chapman was one I want to call out. He was brilliant. He was able to deliver the ball inside 50 and use it really well across this contest. So for Sorell, really good team effort. As Tube said, a bit of a rough watch in the first half, 8-7 at half time. So the scoreline was a little bit prohibitive, but For Sorell, they've won a flag for the first time in a very, very long time, and the future of this football club is seemingly really, really bright heading into the SFL Regional League next season. Tubes, you're heading down onto the ground there at North Hobart Oval.
Yeah, I am, and look at the amount of people that are here, Jack. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable for this footy club. Haven't won a premiership since 2008.
You love to see the sheer volume of people that are on this field, Tubes. Everyone contributing to this football club. I've been down there to Pembroke. It's a really nice community down there. They love their footy and they love their Eagles, and they've got some reward for effort this season. We'll go down to Tubes.
I've got Ty McKnight down here. He's given everyone a cuddle. Congratulations, mate. What does that mean to you?
Oh, mate, that means the world. That's everything. That's what we've been building for the last 3 years, and we've done it.
It's not the prettiest game of footy I've ever seen, Ty, but they were a quality competition against you today. They're Brighton Robins. They've had a sensational season, but a real arm wrestle in the end. How did you do it?
I told you it was going to be a grind, didn't I? We just had to grind it out, believe in ourselves. And it took all day, didn't it?
Billy Pace, sensational in that third term, kicking 2 goals.
That whole forward line today, they just stand up when we need it. They kick goals when we need it.
What happens tonight?
Big weekend, I reckon, Tubes.
Well, there we go. Ty McKnight, the captain of the Sorell Eagles. Congratulations, a premiership captain now, mate.
Cheers, mate. That means the world. Go celebrate hard now.
Well done, Ty McKnight. Let's go in and try and find the man himself in here. We'll try and get one more before we go. Well, we got Mark Johnson here. Mate, you had a few kicks, but they weren't the prettiest off the boot. What does that mean to you?
Oh, mate, it's everything. 15 years since last time we made a premiership appearance in 2008, so I can't even do maths properly. That's not even that long. But, no, it's awesome. As in, I've been here forever. Most of the boys are shin boners around here, and it's just fantastic to see the boys fight and know what we can do. And
your first year back to the club after a stint at the Wynyard Footy Club, to come back and play in a reserve premiership, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's really, really good. I was playing in the seniors to start off with, but I had a few mental health issues, and I was going to give up the game. So decided to play back with my mates and just try and enjoy football for what it is, and that's what the boys are doing. It's fantastic. It is what it is, but fuck yeah, premiership. Sorry for swearing.
That's all right, Jono. What's with the do, mate?
So one of your mates stitched me up with a silly Sunday costume and had to get it done early because I don't reckon I'll be able to dye my hair tomorrow.
Well, congratulations, another premiership in the bag.
Thanks, mate. Well done. Awesome.
There we go. We'll cross over now to Brent Costello, the Master of Ceremonies. Well, I'm not sure what Brent Costello's doing, but he's just trying to organise the crowd.
There's a big lot of people out here, Tubes.
Well,
means so much to this football club. You got to love it.
As the seniors are running out, Signet bash through the banner.
Love a regional footy banner.
Oh, that's a beauty, though. That
It's now time to begin the presentation ceremony. It's now time to begin the presentation ceremony for today's SFL Reserves Grand Final. Congratulations to Sorell Premiers for season 24. I'd now like to welcome Head of AFL Tasmania, Damien Gill, to present the Johnston Medal for Best on Ground in today's final, which has been won by Mark Johnson. Congratulations, Mark. I'd now like to invite one of the captains, Ty or Caden, to come forward to say a few words from Sorell.
Firstly, just to the Brighton boys, that's a hell of a season, lads. You were by far finished on top of the ladder, so you were the best team by a mile. And look, no doubt you guys will be up here where we are at the moment, not very far away. So well done, great year, lads. Well done. To all the volunteers, the competition, the SFL, thank you so much. These days don't happen without you guys, so well done. So this crowd behind me, thank you so much for the support in the last month especially. No doubt we wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you so much. And to the 30 to 40 odd blokes that played reses this year, I'm so proud of all of you, and fuck, we're going to enjoy the next couple of days.
It's my pleasure to welcome back Damien Gill to present the Premiership medallions to this year's Premiership winning team, Sorell. Starting with number 2, Riley Batchelor. Number 4, Campbell Newman. Number 5, James Campbell. Number 8, Ben Walker. Number 9, Scott Jackson. Number 10, our best on ground, Mark Johnson. Number 15, Billy Pace. Number 17, Caden Workman. Number 19, Jaden O'Brien. Number 21, Luke Dance. Number 29, Bradley Hibbard. Number 30, William Harris. Number 33, Daniel Chapman. Number 34, Brad Jackson. Number 35, Cameron Lang. Number 38, Ty McKnight. Number 39, Rowan Wright. Number 46, Sam McLagan. Number 51, Liam Hitchens. Number 53, Cody Needs. Number 54, Tristan Pace. And number 63, Jackson Broom. And the coach of the Eagles, Jack Johnston. It's now my pleasure to invite living legend Russell Young to present the 2024 SFL Reserves Premiership Cup to the winning coach and captains of Sorell. The Sorell Football Club, your SFL Reserves Premiers for 2024.
Well, there they are. They're celebrating hard, those boys. It's unbelievable. Their first premiership since 2008. An unbelievable season comes to an end for the Brighton Robins. They would have been favoured going into this game. But then to come back and win in what was genuinely an arm wrestle, a rank game of footy, Webby, is sensational. It was a 7-point margin at quarter time in favour of the Eagles. The Robins came back and had a 1-point margin at quarter time and then a 9-point margin in the end. And look at that. That is a testament to their football club. They are so close. Look at the numbers around the group.
The entire club's there, Tubes, which just shows what it means. The whole organisation, all the volunteers. That's reward for really good effort this season in both competitions, making the finals and the seniors as well.
A 9-point margin in the end of the Sorell Eagles. They defeat the Brighton Robins 4-2-26 to 2-5-17. The Reserves Grand Final is done. We've got a massive game coming up next here on the live stream created by Creative Imagery. My name's Tubes Taylor, Adam Webster, thank you to you.
Thank you, Tubes. Looking forward to the seniors.
The seniors coming up next in the Banjo's Bakery Southern Football League. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.